Yes, so backpacking was awesome. I would highly recommend it if you are in for a challenge. This is my story. From the day I can remember, I've had parents praying for me, the church being my second home, and I've been surrounded by people who foster a Christ-like environment. And I'm forever grateful and blessed for this, as it has built such a strong foundation in my faith. When I was very young, I prayed to accept Christ after my pet fish, Angel, had died. I was like 5 years old. And then I rededicated my life to Christ in middle school after just knowing and having a greater understanding of who Jesus was and what he had done for me, and also to understanding like who God was and how awesome he was, and just for his character. Since then, I cannot tell you enough how much my life has changed. I no longer have to wonder about my future destination. It is secure. I no longer have to carry the burden of sin. It is paid for me. God has spared my life both spiritually and physically. A couple years ago, I started training for a triathlon that really put my life in a 360. I've always been competitive and active, but this time I really pushed my limits. During this training, not only was I a full-time college student, but I was in 3 choirs, leading Bible studies, leading worship, working a part-time job, club president, speaking at conferences, coaching basketball, and much more. During this time of busyness and struggles with self-image and training, I was unknowingly and gradually losing weight. Early that summer, I successfully completed the triathlon, yet continued to lose weight thereafter. I quickly went to my doctor as my family and I began to notice my lack of eating and the bones that could be seen through my skin. I was admitted to Mayo Clinic St. Mary's Hospital for anorexia nervosa, malnutrition, having lost a significant amount of weight compared to what I am right now. It'd be 35 to 40 pounds lighter. I was bradycardic severely. My heart had almost stopped beating. The following day, I was scheduled to go on a missions trip, and I just remember the doctors looking straight in my eyes, and they said, "Breeanna, if you would have gone on that mission trip, you could have lost your life." The reason why I tell you this is because God spared my life, and he still has a purpose for me. He could have called me home, but he has a reason for me being here, and God is not finished with me yet. Although this is such a difficult part of my story as I continue to struggle with purging and binging and many other side effects of this disease, I have been reminded that I am loved by God unconditionally, and I need to trust in his plan for my life. This leads me to one of my favorite quotes by C.S. Lewis, who's my beloved author. He says, "You may forget that you are at every moment totally dependent upon God." In conclusion, I cannot help but trust the one who died for me, who saved me, and who loves me unconditionally. To him be the glory. A couple years ago, I heard this covenant, and I wanted to share it with you because it's something I've written all over my house, all over my Bible, and it's something that I hope to live by. This is the Zimbabwe covenant, and it says, "I am a part of the fellowship of the unashamed. I have the Holy Spirit power. The die is cast. I have stepped over the line. The decision has been made. I am a disciple of Jesus. I will not look back, let up, slow down, back away, or be still. My past is redeemed. My present makes sense. My future is secure. I am finished and done with low living, sight walking, small planning, smooth knees." I love that, smooth knees. "Colorless dreams, tamed visions, worldly talking, cheap giving, and dwarf goals. I no longer need preeminence, prosperity, position, promotion, or popularity. I do not have to be right, first, tops, recognized, praised, regarded, or rewarded. I now live by faith, lean on God's presence, walk by patience, am uplifted by prayer, and labor by power. My face is set, my gait is fast, my goal is heaven, my road narrow, my way rough, but my guide is reliable. My mission is clear, I cannot be bought, compromised, detoured, lured away, back away, or be still. I will go on until Christ comes, and I will work until he stops me. I am a disciple of Jesus." If any part of my story resonated with you or you would love to chat more, I'll be in the back after crew. Thanks.